There's no denying the fact that social inequality is increasing day by day. The rich seem to get richer every passing second, even during the pandemic, while the less privileged working class seem to be getting poorer and poorer. As of 2022, Elon Musk is the wealthiest person in the world according to Forbes, followed by the likes of Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, and Jeff Bezos. In fact, if you look at the last 10 years of the Forbes Top 10 Billionaires list, then you will find that only 3 individuals have shared the top spot in the last decade. According to Forbes, there were around 1,226 billionaires in the world in 2012, and this figure has climbed up to 2,668 in 2022. Only 1,442 individuals have entered the billionaire club in the last 10-year period. What this tells us is that billionaires not only know how to create wealth, but also how to protect it. Now, most of the individuals in the billionaire club don't even have time to manage their own wealth, and so almost all of them hire wealth managers to look after their wealth, protect it, and make it grow over time. Wealth managers employ highly qualified individuals who know the art of protecting wealth. Interestingly, knowing how to create wealth and protect it are essential personal finance skills that every investor must be aware of. After all, billionaires aren't the only ones who need money, right? We all need money to survive, to live, to fulfill our needs and wants. In today's video, we will be looking at how the billionaires of the world are protecting their money in uncertain times like these. But before we start, make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content. The most important thing when it comes to wealth management is diversification. Memorize this word, because diversification is the single most important strategy when it comes to preserving wealth. Don't think that this is some fancy strategy that only the ultra-rich use to protect their wealth. Literally anyone can use the power of diversification to protect their savings. So what does diversification mean? Diversification simply refers to the technique of diversifying your portfolio. The rationale behind diversifying your investments is that the risk of keeping all of your investments in one or few investment options is too great. For instance, if you invest all of your savings into Amazon stock while the market's going up, you could make a lot of money. But when the market reverses, you'll be in a very vulnerable position because all your money is tied up in one stock. For instance, in mid-February of 2020, the stock price of Amazon was around $2,100, and by mid-March, this had fallen to almost $1,600 due to the pandemic-induced market crash. If you had invested all of your savings into Amazon, your investment would have fallen by almost 25%. So instead of investing all of your stocks into a single company, it is always good to diversify your stock holdings and invest into a number of companies. It's even better to diversify the sectors and industries in order to minimize any risk of loss. For instance, a portfolio having investments in telecom, automobiles, power, pharmaceuticals, and aviation would have produced decent returns in 2020. Why? Because in 2020, telecom and pharmaceutical sectors boomed. The power sector saw steady growth, the automobile sector saw average growth, whereas the aviation sector took a hit due to travel restrictions. Now, diversifying into these sectors would have minimized the risk of loss, so while the aviation sector suffered a loss, other sectors did well and compensated for the loss in savings. But wait, why stop here? Investing in a single company is extremely risky, so we diversified into multiple companies. Investing in a single sector is risky as well, so we diversified into multiple industries. But investing into the stock market itself is risky as well. You don't have to look back very far. Just look back to March 2020. See how the stock market crashed in March of 2020? Around mid-March, global markets crashed due to the pandemic, fear, and lockdowns created by the pandemic. This was a record crash that saw billions being lost in a matter of a few days. So, it's clear that the stock market is also susceptible to extreme crashes. This proves how important it is to consider alternative investment options. It doesn't matter whether you have diversified into every sector. If all of your savings are in the stock market, then you are at a high risk, for the stock markets can crash at any time and stay down for years. It's better to diversify into multiple investment options. The first option that comes to mind after stocks are bonds. After bonds, you can diversify into real estate, precious metals such as gold and silver. Cryptocurrencies and digital assets are also a good way to diversify your portfolio. While it may not be ideal, you can diversify your portfolio in the following proportions: stocks at 40%, bonds at 30%, precious metals between 5 to 10%, real estate at 15%, and digital assets between 5 to 10% depending on your precious metals investment. Diversification is the most important technique to protecting your wealth. It is not only applicable to billionaires, but also the working class saving for their retirement. Your 401k has a portfolio that is probably managed by your fund manager. If possible, get in touch to see how well diversified your portfolio is. 401ks, however, cannot invest into precious metals. For that, you will need to have a self-directed retirement account. If you really want to keep your wealth protected, then the diversification of your investment portfolio is just one aspect. You will also need to diversify your sources of income. This is what many billionaires do as well. From Kanye West to Aliko Dangote, from Bill Gates to Elon Musk, every millionaire or billionaire creates multiple income streams. Why? Because you simply cannot rely on a single income stream. If you have a 9-to-5 job and you lose it, what then? If your income stops, then you're going to start drawing money from your savings, and then your savings and investments will go down. So in order to protect your wealth, you also need to diversify your sources of income. You don't have to leave your day job. In addition to your active source of income, over time you can add on passive sources of income to steadily supplement your income streams. Look at Kanye West, for instance. He was originally a songwriter and a performing artist, but then he got into acting, architecture, designing, and fashion design. His Yeezy lineup was what worked really well for him in the end and took him into the Billionaire Club. But he was building up towards it with his other ventures. Elon Musk started out with PayPal, then got into SpaceX, Tesla, Neuralink, and whatnot. Now, of course, these are very wealthy individuals with very different circumstances from the average person. But the lesson here is to always keep looking for something. If you've got a stable job, don't think that you will always have that job. Try to create multiple income streams to supplement your active or primary income. So, to conclude this video, the two most important techniques for protecting your wealth are 1. Diversifying your investments, and 2. Creating multiple income streams. Try following these techniques and see how you will slowly start moving towards financial stability. What do you think? Did you find these ideas helpful, or were there any that I missed? Let us know in the comment section below. And as always, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.